to September 11, 2001, how would you describe our relationship with the United States in terms of national security?
It was good. There was no major issues going on at the time. The big issues, of course, started after 2001. But previous to 2001, there was even, there were exchanges, and most of the arrangements that we had on the security side with the Americans, of course, grew out of the Second World War, and those were enhanced and upgraded as a result of the technological changes that had occurred. But it was always a very close relationship with them. We were part of a group that included the British, the Australians, and New Zealanders, and ourselves, and we all had liaison officers in Washington during this period, and it was a very close, comfortable relationship with them. No great problems arose that I can remember. You were always wondering, scratching your head about what the Americans were up to from time to time. So they only told you what they wanted you to hear, and as a result of that, you had to dig around to try to find out what they were ultimately up to. But it went on, and it worked well. But 9/11 changed everything. The Americans, in one way or another, I think their government structures had a meltdown. I think it's probably the best way to describe it. Bush was probably the least experienced president or person that you could have had in charge down there at that point when this happened. He was elected, as you know, on a very close election, and where we got to learn an awful lot about punch cards and stuff like that. And the Supreme Court made, I think in the judgment of history, made one of its worst decisions that it ever made in terms of approving that Mr. Bush, or not ordering actually a re-election in Florida at the time. And so Mr. Bush and his whole program was to try to sort of withdraw the United States from world affairs. I think that was philosophically, that was his approach to government at that point. But about a year after he was sworn in, 9/11 occurred, and we were into a brand new world, and we're still living with that world today.